There's definitely an easy way to get this, and you're supposed to just know it and see it and feel comfortable with it. Since we're being asked to solve for j, right, expresses j in terms of k and m, if that's confusing to you, remember, look at the answer choices. They're telling you what they want in the answer choices. It's obvious that they want us to get j by itself. So if we took this equation, we can see, well, j is close to being by itself, right? So 8j equals k plus 15m. To get j truly by itself, we need to get rid of the 8, and we have to divide. Now, the most important rule for any algebra is if you do something to one side, you have to do it to the other. So if we're going to subtract, or if we're going to divide by 8, we need to divide everything on the other side by 8. So these 8's cancel out because 8 divided by 8 is 1, and that kind of just makes it go away. But on the right side, there's nothing really we can do. We can't divide the 8 into just a part. We can't split it very easily. So we're kind of stuck. That's just going to be the answer. And that is choice D, which is the answer. So that's the easy way. That is something you should just know. This is, in my mind, basic fundamental algebra that, you probably learned within the first 3 weeks of algebra in your life. So you have to know this. If for some reason you're nervous, I don't really like this solution, but we can do it. We can arithmetize here. I don't think it's efficient, but I guess if you want, you can. And the reason is that since they don't ever ask us to solve for j or k or m, right? Those are not numbers. We can make up some numbers and kind of test things out. In this case, what I would do is I would make k1 and m1 just to keep them really simple. If I do that, now my equation is 8j is equal to 1 plus 15 times 1. So that's 8j is equal to 16. And that kind of worked out nicely, but even if it didn't, it really wouldn't matter. But it lets me solve for j being 2. And so now what I'm looking for is if I plug those same numbers into the answer choices, I also want to get a valid result. So the way I think of it is if I plug in 1 and 1 again, now I want j to be 2 again. So if we look at the answer choices, if we did that to choice A, we'd have 1/8 plus 15 times 1. So you don't even need your calculator to know that this is going to be a mess, right? 1/8 is a messy number, plus 15 is another messy number. It's not 2, right? So that means it's going to be wrong. The same thing is going to happen here. This is going to be 1 plus 15 over 8. So again, we have a messy number in here, so we're going to get some sort of messy result, and that means it's not going to be 2. If we go here, 8 times 1 plus, 15 times 1 is still 15. So that's 8 times 16. That's a big number, right? Again, I don't need my calculator to know I'm going way off. I want this to be 2. So this is going to be wrong. Whereas if I did it to choice D, I'd have 1 plus 15 over 8. And that's exactly what I wanted, right? 16 over 8 is 2. So like I said, that's not the most efficient way to do it. You really need to know at least this level of algebra. But if you're looking to strengthen your skills, your strategic approach to the SAT, this is a good question to maybe practice arithmetizing just for the sake of getting better at it, because there will be hard algebra questions where arithmetize definitely does make things easier and better. So you want to strengthen that skill so when those times come, you're ready to go with the strategy.